It's always fun when you get to talk about music. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. All right, let's do it. Let's play it forward. These are real people, real stories, the struggle to play it forward. Episode number 479 is with the drummer of Hootie and the Blowfish, Mr. Jim Sonefeld.
Well, I'm showing my age, 57. I can't even last an hour and a half without having to pee.
Hey, I got to tell you what, I really love this collection of music. This is right up my alley. I'm at Elevation Church, and I understand worship music, and my God, you bring the word, sir.
Well, I have certainly become inspired through the years. 2010, I started making a turn and thought, I'm going to really be bold here and sing about some things I've never sung about specifically. And I've enjoyed that development, and it wasn't natural to me necessarily at the beginning, but I got over some of the fear, and I'm continuing to enjoy just bringing a positive message.
Don't you love the way the lyrics come to you when you least expect it, and you're going, oh my God, I'm being used as the tool. Now I've got to get it out there and plant it in the field so other people can grow.
I think I would have been happy having the lyric come to me, sitting in my living room on the piano, composing, and never having to get out in front of people. But I got an invite one time to give my testimony and to sing a few of those original songs. And I had never heard about this group called Celebrate Recovery, where I could go and sing about the joys that I've been given. And it was opened a big door for me.
Let's talk about that song, Unafraid. I mean, like you said, coming out and being out there in the front. I mean, because you're used to being back there on those drums, but with you on this song, I mean, you are in control of what's being shared.
Oh, thank you. I co-wrote that with another Christian writer and country writer, Brian White, and my buddy Matt Houston. And I wanted to say, I wanted it to kind of be an anthem, like a little get up and fight and say, I'm not going to let the world keep beating me down. I'm going to be fearless here for a moment and stand up and do what I am empowered to do. And so Unafraid is saying I'm not going to be that anymore. And I love playing that song live, man. First time I ever played it last year, I got some people hooting in the audience. There's a little audience full of people, and I hit that chorus, and they're like, woo! I was like, all right.
Well, isn't it, to record music like this, isn't it part of the relationship that we're basically being called to, break down the four walls of the church, to get out there on the streets, to sing the language of the street in a way that they can say, woo!
Yeah, I mean, my journey is, I think, best expressed in my actions. Mm-hmm. So when I am writing it, it's a meditation to a positive spirit. When I'm singing it, it's an action to go out and say, I'm so grateful. I just am going to stand out here and sing this thing. I don't care if you pay me or if you stare at me with a head scratching, but I'm going to do it because it's been my experience and someone shared it with me at some point. I feel called to share it again.
The song Jesus is a song that I put into the category of what I call frequency music. In other words, it gets inside my mind and it allows me to go into like a state of meditation or to where I can release myself.
Well, that's a good one. It's a little more intimate feeling. And one of the first songs I ever wrote as in that category. And it's a meditation. That one's like a quiet and a nice little flow to it. And it almost never saw the light of day. It was one of the first I wrote in the 2010, 2011, and it's lasted that long at the piano and finally unearthed itself onto a CD.
I was going to ask you if the music came to you while you were writing your book, but when you're saying like 2011, I mean, you've really carried these songs for a while then.
Some were written that early. I started the book at the end of 2017, and by 2018, we were writing a new Hootie album. And so some of these songs came as a result of attempting to bring songs to Hootie. The song I See Heaven on Earth is an example of one that I really loved, but it didn't have an appropriate feel for a Hootie release. Yeah. So you keep it as your own, and then it becomes something more specific. And the song Good to Get Back, for instance, I thought, I'll write the song with the band in mind. Again, it just didn't make the cut, but the message is hopeful, positive, and that's where I like to stay. That's my lane.
Where did you have to go mentally in order to release the music? Because even I host several different podcasts that really, take it to the God level as well as the inspirational level. But dude, it took me a long time to say, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I was writing my first EP, which was called Found, and it's a 5-song EP, and enjoyed producing it. And I was learning, wow, I actually can sing a little bit. I had a little bit of confidence, but not much. And then I got an invitation to go play it. And I'm like, oh, wait, I have to do this in front of people? I thought, I can do it here at home and in the studio, but I really got to go out in front of people I don't know and say, I love Jesus. That was a come to Jesus moment, if you will.
Well, the song "I See Heaven on Earth," you have this sounds like one of those come to Jesus meetings too, because I mean, a long cold winter in the dark. I know what those nights are about. I'm originally from Montana.
It's coming out of a spiritual or even a physical state of darkness where your life is frustrating. It's secrets. For me, it was addiction. It was the darkness of that just, you're not doing it right. And that's a hard period. So yeah, it's coming into spring. It's saying, I'm going to flower like a flower. I'm going to become something that is authentic and outward and, rooted in love and humility. And I just wanted to sing that. And also it's it's a statement to say, be careful getting caught in the 24-hour news cycle. There is a lot of exciting things there, no doubt, but the heaven that we talk about being available, I think we can have it here if we start finding those things. There's beautiful miracles happening every day. Why are we talking about those? Faith-based movies have changed since when they first started out, and I think that faith music has changed as well. And you're definitely showing your leadership in this and bringing it out. And being from the South here, I mean that's part of our soul as well as our soil. Is that you bring forward the energy of the creative energy? Yeah, I find that there's a lot of people that are doing what I'm doing and that have come before me. Mm-hmm. And so there's a high bar of people that have just done it so well to get the message out there. And I just know the intimate groups I get to go in front of and talk about my faith. That's my journey. That's what it's meant to be. There was a time I dreamed of filling coliseums with 20,000 people like Chris Tomlin has done and Casting Crowns. And I realized, you know what? That's just not my journey, and I'm going to do it this way and be thankful for it.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you make that connection even with the song "Bow to Him." I mean, there's such there's an edge to it, but at the same time, and I feel like there's an EDM edge to it, but you're getting inside my thinking process.
The ideas and the principles that I write about are quite common. Theology aside, the ideas of love and tolerance and kindness and gentleness and self-examination, self-honesty. These are common for any man. And a lot of us that suffer deeply, either in addiction or other areas, need to realize that there's answers. There's answers right in front of us if we're honest and open-minded and a little willing.
Well, I'm a firm believer that creativity is also an addiction, and it's one of those addictions that people try to run away from, but they have no place to go. But you sit down with this collection of music, you're gonna really kind of look at your creativity through different eyes.
Yeah, it's another thing in life we have to balance. I've been raising a family here with my wife, and that has had to be the most important thing. And while there are times where I want to zip out and go sing to the world, I need to realize my creativity is a great thing for me, but I also have to balance it.
Yep. So what's next, man? Are you going to do small little venues or anything like that? Are we going to see you in a church like Elevation?
I get to go around and do a couple different things. I'm still creating what I think might be a fun show for a lot of people, so I get to go to recovery groups. I can do some church gigs. I've also been visiting a bunch of bookstores because I can go there with my acoustic guitar, give a general message of hope and transformation, lure people to the book and to the EP. Yep. have some interaction, which is important to me. Q&A, to people have great questions and great stories and their own tie-ins to the Hootie story. So, I'm going up to Raleigh soon, and I'll be up there talking to Celebrate Recovery, and I'll be doing a bookstore event, going down to the coast down there. And obviously the Southeast is where a lot of us started in the band. So I got some good ties to some communities here that I'm going to stick to, and hopefully maybe Elevation Church will call me one day too.
Absolutely.
they bring it. They've got a campus here in Columbia, South Carolina. We've attended, and it's brilliant.
Absolutely. Well, please come back to the show anytime in the future, dude. I mean, we're Carolinians. We hang. We share each other's stories, and we help build things.
Well, I'd be proud to be a guest anytime. You know where to find me.
Absolutely. Well, you be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Thank you. Have a blessed day.